Good. Hey.
Everybody good?
Did you guys see something you knew you were going to have there on that block punt?
Listen, I think we, every week you kind of look at the protection and you see some things that you think you might be able to take advantage of. We got a couple different rushes that we have in. It was just really good execution, to be honest with you. It was a really good job by, not just JT, but really the whole group of kind of just executing their job in that particular play. Was everybody else executing their job kind of opened JT up, to be honest with you. But that's I don't know if it was that particular rush in that particular game. We have a bunch of different rushes that we have in. But no, great execution. Great job. Not surprised JT, making another play. So great for him.
I only ask because there's two short misses last year, and then Blake kind of clanked that short one. Is there something where maybe longer kicks you almost feel a little more confident than these short ones where you don't have as much maybe wiggle room for the start point?
No.
Okay.
No, that's just it. He balls on the hash. He kicked a straight ball down the hash, and more of just a. On that particular play, if you go back and watch it, I didn't really realize it during the game. There was a little bit of an operational thing with the K ball coming in. When we go to kick a field goal, they switch out the quarterback ball with the K ball. K ball got in late. The play clock was screwed up. Our offensive line was late getting down. We're kind of in a rush. So that had a little bit to do with that particular play. But I'll take a short field goal over a long field goal any day. No, I hear you. I understand the question. There's been some misses and near misses with the short ones. So I get where you're coming from. But no, from a percentage standpoint, we'll take the short ones. I know I got asked a question last week about the long field goals. In the first couple of weeks, the kickers around the league were really, really good, 50 plus. Now all of a sudden, I told you it was going to level out, and leveled out. I think kickers around the league were 7 for 16 from 50 plus this past week. So that's just going to over time, kind of. And I know Dennis talked about that. Also plays in a lot with our game management decisions with the with the go for it, fourth down, field goal, punt, all that stuff. It plays into the mix for sure.
You were asked last week about the return percentages on kickoff, and you were saying it's doubled over the year before. But how do you feel about 30% returns now? Is it disappointing that it's not more?
So when the decision was made, when the initial proposal went in, and the initial proposal was the touchback at the 35, we imagined the number being a lot higher. When that got knocked down, our goal was really to try to get the play back to where it was. Now, ironically enough, if you look at the numbers through 3 weeks, you take last year out because of the fair catch option, right? So last year through 3 weeks, the return percentage was 15.9%. Right now it's at 0.1%. And it literally is almost double, because I think there were 78 returns through 3 weeks last year. There's 144 this year. But ironically enough, like I was about to say, if you look at the years prior to that, 22, 21, 20, the return percentage is about exactly the same. So at least right now we got the play back to where it was prior to the fair catch year, if you will, because it was only 1 year. I was going to say era, it wasn't an era, it was 1 year.
Could be an era.
Yeah, but it was, so there's progress. Here's the biggest goal. I think I mentioned this already. We want that return rate to go up, for sure. We want the play to be more relevant, for sure. The big feedback's going to be where the injury numbers are. Did we really make the play safer? It looks a lot safer to me, to the naked eye. I know that the leg strains and the hamstrings and all that kind of stuff is going to be way down because we don't have the running aspect of it. So I'm curious to kind of see what the injury data is going to tell us about the rest of the play. But I know we definitely added a lot of more excitement, because you look through the league every week and there's you look on the other day, Washington had a big return in the Monday game. The Giants game started off last week. The first play of the game was a kick return fumble. Cleveland recovers and scores on the first play. So there's definitely been some excitement on the play, and so at least we've brought that back into the mix. But the numbers are pretty interesting. Only 12.5% of the returns are getting. I think everybody thought in the very beginning, wow, we're going to get this. We're going to have all these huge plays, and we're really not seeing that. Only 12.5% of the balls have been returned over the 30. And so we're seeing, I think the kick coverage is probably better than people anticipated it was going to be. And so that, but as far as being disappointed, we've doubled the rate from the year before, so it's hard to be that disappointed.
Right.
But let's wait and see what the overall numbers, because here's what's going to happen. Traditionally speaking, second half of the year, particularly up north in the colder climates, the return rate kind of skyrockets up for some of those teams because they have a tough time kicking touchbacks, and that's where I think the number will start to increase even more.
Thank you.
They're good. All good. You got it.